Yeah, I've called a ton of games with Bryce, be it men's soccer, baseball, softball. We've done women's basketball together. We've gone through the wars together.
You've called a lot of games with a lot of people, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
How does Bryce stack up, and how's he different?
Bryce is obviously different because he can't see, but I think that helps him because of the fact that he is the most prepared broadcaster I've ever worked with. He was more prepared than any student I've ever worked with, or any broadcaster I've ever worked with, for that matter, in over 15, 20 years of broadcasting. He does his prep work. He knows the backstory. When he comes to a game, he comes prepared and ready to go.
Was it neat to see his evolution over 4 years as a color commentator?
Oh yeah, because Bryce was one of the first people I met when I became the general manager, and he came to me and said, Bryce was one of the first people I met when I was a general manager, and he came to me and said, I want to be a sports broadcaster. And I had not even been on the job for one day, and I have a blind individual wanting to do that, and I'm like, well, you're going to have to overcome a lot. And he overcame more so than anybody I've ever worked with. His start was a little rough, but he just kept working and working and working, and to see him grow and see where he's at now is just amazing.
Is it safe to say that you've worked with him more than anyone?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as being a partner in the booth?
Yeah.
What's it make you feel like watching? I mean, it's amazing. How does it make you feel working with him?
Well, I mean, it helps me as a broadcaster because of the fact that he is everything that you're trying to do is all embodied in Bryce, because you're trying to paint the picture for someone who can't see. And so if after a game Bryce tells me, hey, you did a really good job today, then I go home thinking, hey, I actually really did do a good job today, because of the fact that he was able to understand what was going on.
Do you think he'll ever be able to have a future in doing this?
Knowing Bryce, I'll never count him out. Obviously, it's going to be difficult. Somebody's going to have to take a chance on him to allow him to do it. But if they give him the opportunity, he will work extremely hard at it, and he will go above and beyond. Could he improve his presentation style? Yes. But he's been improving it for 4 years, and he has come light years, and he would go light years more if someone gave him the chance.
Are you surprised to see where he's come from where he started?
Yes, absolutely. Because the first start was very rough. But Bryce said, this is something I want to do, and he kept working and kept working and kept working, and you could see the improvement. Game to game, week to week, you could see the improvement. So I just continued to work with him, and he was able to get to a point where he earned being on broadcast when he was at Evansville.
Now that he's gone and you're around the teams all the time, what did Bryce Weiler mean to Evansville University?
I think he meant a ton to UE because of the fact that he was always talking to everyone. Everyone knew Bryce Weiler. You'd see him walking across campus, you'd stop to talk to him, he'd bring a smile to your face. And that's not to say that that's not there at Evansville now, but you can tell that there is a difference without Bryce Weiler on campus.